As a Man U fan, who's the best team in London right now?
I was gonna ask now. That's like
You won't agree. Look at him.
He will agree.
So
Which team do you want to make?
Which team is the best team in
Where
London?
is Crystal Palace?
Better than Arsenal?
I'm just asking.
This guy, Rice will drop deep.
Yeah.
Marino comes up. Timber is up. Sometimes Saka is inverted. It was just like free flowing.
You playing against high school.
But it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, this guy.
If I'm gonna go and use Voodoo to make your players miss, pray and counter me, you know?
this week, Donnarumma. That guy, 6 saves. Oh, Newcastle would have won that game 5.
Yeah.
6 saves.
Yeah. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
Welcome to 11 Aside, Organized Chaos, a podcast that takes you from chaos to conversation. I'm your host, Eddie, and to my left we have
Michael,
Ian.
Francis.
Big Ben.
Big Ben. 11 players, 1 pitch, endless stories. Let's get right into it. Let's go with the match day recaps. So what was the biggest upset of the weekend? No. Biggest upset, you should know the scores for you.
No, the biggest upset for me is I'll say the Newcastle game.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
Man
it's
City?
in Newcastle.
But why is everybody like rating Newcastle as not a good team?
Just because they've been on poor form.
No, when you watch that game, Man City was poor, according to me.
If we were
Man
to-
City was poor. And Newcastle had the chances, had the opportunities, but they just couldn't capitalize on it. And Man City had the better goalkeeper, so that's why.
Okay. So because also the Man City.
Yeah, it's an upset because you see them, they haven't played so well, and then suddenly they show up like when against a big team like Man City, and then they give them a tough time, but yeah, it just luck was not on their side.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I wouldn't want to go for the Liverpool game because Liverpool is like a walkthrough for everybody now. Yeah, that Man City game, Newcastle was so clinical. I felt like they should have scored more goals. Barnes was like on top of it. And Man City, they look like if Alan doesn't do the magic, there's nothing else that can be done. They just keep playing around. 90
And
minutes.
we talked about this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, about Haaland not being the only person that's scoring for Man City. That might be a problem with long run.
Yeah, they gave him a couple of passes that were led to go. He didn't convert it, so I guess that changed the dynamics of the game. So, yeah, they need to do what they need to do. Newcastle, I'll give it to them.
What about you?
I won't go with the popular choice here. I'm not choosing Man City and Newcastle because I watched the game. I think there were fairly equal chances, but because Man City, they're supposed to be a big team, you don't expect them to concede that many chances. And unfortunately, they lost. I said it in our previous podcast. Man City, this is a good team. This is a team of the big United. I told you that it wasn't strategy or whatever. It's just that United are just worse than Man City, but I don't think they're a good team. I'll go with Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest because, come on, 3-0, that's a big scoreline for Liverpool. Even if they're on bad form, whatever they are, losing 3-0 to Nottingham is a bad score. You can score 1 goal.
Right. At home?
That's
Anfield?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
upset. That's an upset.
But they have been for 6 games in a row.
So would you say they're in bad form or they just bad team?
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Right now,
Right,
I'll
this
say-
season, not for
I'll
now.
say they were riding on luck last season, and now the luck is gone. Salah has lost all his juju. Now they're actually looking like what Arne Slot is, a bad coach.
Salah literally gave them about 40 plus GA last season,
Yeah.
and this season he has not done nothing. So,
Well,
let's see.
also,
It's a one-man show.
I think it's the similar case with Man City when you have Salah not providing, Liverpool is struggling. When you have Haaland not providing, Man City is struggling. So it's kind of like going hand in hand.
You think so?
Yeah, because I mean, you look at
Because like for Liverpool, I don't even think Salah was a main man. Because you had Luis Diaz, you had Diego Jota last year.
but
You
the
had
highlights was on.
Of course, 'cause that's what the media wants you to see. But you know, those guys are putting in the work more than Salah was. Salah is one of those players that just gets a brilliant moment. And as soon as he gets that brilliant moment, the media goes crazy. Oh, Mohamed Salah. But meanwhile, 80% of the game, he was nowhere to be found. It's Luis Diaz that's tracking down Cody Gakpo or Diego Jota that's doing the hard work. Before we get into Diego Jota, I want to go ahead.
Oh yeah, the same thing. So Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, that's the upset for me. So Man City, Newcastle, I think for the past few games head to head, City has not been really better at Newcastle. So I think Newcastle was playing home. Newcastle, I don't think it's a team that is really going down. With that guy named Votemade, somebody call him Voldemort. That guy is a solid player, and I think that they are not really missing Isak. That even though if Isak was there, he probably would perform really well and fit in well at where he was. But then again, there's this side thing that Isak was actually going down in Newcastle before the rule, but that's all. Like I'm just digressing. But Liverpool at like Anfield against Nottingham Forest. Come on,
That's an answer.
like Mike said, you couldn't score one.
Yeah.
Like total like domination. Like I mean, so we have to give credit to Sean Dyche. Right? The guy is doing a really good job, and it's not like 1-0, 2-0. It's like 3. So Liverpool is just going down. And like to what you said, that combination, you know, Andy Robertson and whoever was there, Trent and Salah and Andy Robertson and so the left wing there, that combination is not there anymore. So it's just making the team go down. But yeah, that would be my upset.
Speaking of that combination, Diego Jota was really part of that combination. Do you think, I know we talked about this last time, I'm going to ask again, do you think not having Diego Jota or the depth of Diego Jota is playing a major role in Liverpool's downfall right now?
Yes, I can go. So real quick, I think Diego Jota is somebody that can be compared to Trossard in Arsenal.
Yeah.
Not too much speed, not too much like take
Very
on 2-3
technical,
people. But when you need a very important goal, he'll give it to you. Look at what Trossard did today. Very important goal, first goal.
Beautiful.
You know,
Yeah,
very beautiful goal.
Very continue.
From Liverpool to
Against Southampton, a very important goal. He also scored. So Diego Jota is missing. You know, he won't do too much, but you find him scoring. I used not to understand this guy. No pace, no nothing. But yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay. Which player completely surprised you guys this weekend?
No, but surprise me, good or bad.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Surprise, like good or bad. Like
I'll go for good, right? And I've been ringing it since like our game today. Easy for me, right? There's something I was looking at. I was watching the game and I noticed something about him. He manned his role as a 10. Like he was always there. He was giving the holding mate for Tottenham a hard time. You know, he's a player that can easily beat 1 or 2 players. Like that's not a problem for him. But the fact that he was always in front of that box, like manning that place, and the ball was always coming to him, and he was clinical, converting. Like if you have the chance, convert it. That's what the game is about. And he's showing that class. And I think this thing will kind of boost his confidence over time. And I mean, for me, I don't want Arsenal to, but it's what it is. Yeah, but the guy, he was clinical, and then he gave them that balance. I don't know what would happen to Odegaard when he comes back. I don't know. That would be a very hard one for Arteta. I mean,
That's the reason I get confused.
it will be good for them to get
You are speaking true words. Yeah.
what about you, man?
Kudus. Is it Kudus?
Mohamed Kudus.
That guy is shocking. Like he was in West Ham I used to think that, okay, now he's got a proper signing in Tottenham, he's signing for Tottenham, and he's gonna like step up and everything. He holds the ball for way too long. And it's shocking because they're like, counter-attack and Kudus is trying to go through 5 players. You're like, why? You know, like, he doesn't do the simple play, which is like taking, you pass the ball, you move around, he'll hold the ball, he'll try to dribble everyone, he'll try to move around. So now having Kudus and Xavi in the same team is kind of like just playing against 2 people.
Yeah.
I mean, minus 2 people.
So Kudos had that freedom at West Ham. Obviously, West Ham is a small team. You go there, you can dribble. They let you do whatever.
Yeah.
Now you come to Spurs, and I don't think he has that. He still has that mindset that he's at a small team. He doesn't realize that he's in the top. Well, Spurs is a small team, but they still consider the top 6.
That's why I'm shocked Arsenal are celebrating.
So where's 4-1?
Because you just said Tottenham is a small team.
They're top 6. They're top 6 team. Did I just say it? I said
it's a small team.
I said that
It's
to
a small
banter
team.
them.
It's okay.
But at the end of the day, they're a top 6 team.
Also, when they play Arsenal, they're top 6. When they
No.
in another contest, it's like, okay.
No. This guy's a crook. But I said that to say that probably comes down to coaching as well.
Yeah.
Right? Thomas Frank needs to talk to his player and let him know, like, hey, we want free-flowing football. Like, transition has to be quicker.
Yeah.
I saw Mohamed Scudder dribbling in circles until he got pressed by 4 or 5 Arsenal players and he lost the ball. Like, this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
And then you see Xavi Simons taking shots from like 30 yards out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make any sense. But it probably comes down to coaching as well.
I do want to bring it to attention that Tottenham used a different formation this game from other games.
Yeah, they played 5 and 3.
at the back.
No, 3 which turns to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was Kudus
It was a 3-4-3.
One of the tens.
One of the
United, the right ten.
Yeah.
So that brings questions into the formation.
I don't think so. I think in terms of like
Let's get into formation when we
That was like the game.
Yeah, that was an actual
really against a small team.
top 16 North London Derby.
No,
So
Nottingham Forest, Liverpool.
When we get to Man U, we'll come and record after.
Don't worry.
You'll have a podcast on Monday night. Just come back and Man U beat Everton.
Oh man. So what about you? Player of the week.
Player of the week. Give it to Eze.
Eze as well?
Yeah.
Wait, player of the week?
Undoubted.
Okay. Let's not get into too much that's the
Because I don't think no player tomorrow will surpass what Eze has done.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Eh?
He's not starting to hatchery.
Who are the kids, the players that scored for Nottingham Forest? Like,
Murillo scored.
he can be the player of the week. That guy was.
Over Eze?
The defender.
Oh, stop beats.
That guy
Man,
was.
look at this guy, man.
Man, that guy was.
Your bias is showing though.
Overlooking. Trust me, that guy is something else.
Yes,
So we all agree that Eze is probably the player of the week.
He's part of.
No, like there should be like 4 or 5 Arsenal players as players.
Yeah,
4 or 5.
With this Julian Timber giving that assist.
Ryan.
No.
That guy got
No Ryan. See, Timber, Calafiori, Declan Rice, those guys are solid.
That's why you trying to play like California.
Okay, so it seems we're already kind of diving into that game of the week. Let's just get into it now. So the game of the week was Spurs versus Arsenal.
Wow.
So if you had to really describe that game in one word, what would it be?
Just a big team playing against a small team. Like you described it earlier.
What about you?
It's just a regular game.
Regular game?
Yeah, not much excitement, just a regular game.
I'd say it's disappointing from Spurs.
What's one of you? What about you?
London is red.
Oh my God!
London is red.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
North
that's
London
the
is
best.
red.
North
London is red.
It felt like Arsenal was playing against high school kids.
So was the scoreline a reflection of the game?
I'm even disappointed because Arsenal should have scored more. They're playing against high school. Like, how did Tottenham score?
It was an accident.
It was a very nice.
It was no, bro. Like I'm telling you, like I saw it coming. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Zubimedi was just dribbling. I'm like, release the ball, and What's his name? Was it Polino?
Richarlison.
No, somebody tackled him.
Oh, yeah.
Was it that Polino or Bentancur?
Uh-huh.
Tackled him and
Yeah.
then Richarlison got the ball and just dipped it over, which is a beautiful goal.
And Ryan was still,
Yeah.
I think he's still hanging.
Yeah, he was hanging.
You see the way
He was off his mind, yeah.
You see the way he handled this guy before.
Yeah,
I was like, this
I
guy.
was like, there goes our clean sheet, man.
It was
Like,
tough. Yeah.
and then I think that was the only shot on goal they had at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the first half they didn't get any shot on goal.
Yeah, it's zero,
That
zero.
game-
That's why I said it's a red flag and not.
Bro, that
It's
first
like,
half,
it's like
it was like
against
70
Man
something, 30 something per possession, 20 something possession. It was bad.
I shouldn't be a devil anymore. Like, Arsenal have
That's
gone
not
past.
good.
So it's fair to say that the scoreline wasn't a fair reflection of the game, was it?
It was, man. Yeah,
I mean, we all know where Arsenal is right now. I mean, we all know where Tottenham is right now. So it's more like just, you can't compare the two teams. That's what
So
Yeah.
if you guys were managing the team, what changes would you have made at halftime for Spurs first?
First, I mean, even just from the start, I wouldn't go with 3 at the back.
Yes.
5 at the back, whatever formation.
Well,
It was a 3-4-3 out of possession. They were playing 5-3-2. Oh, 5-2-3.
Like I said, just having Kudus and Xavi Simon playing as 10, you're killing your attack already.
No, Xavi Simons came in on the second half.
Second
Oh,
half.
second half.
So it was
Yeah.
Polino and Bentancur.
Yeah, I mean, Kudus was killing them. Maybe they
Yeah,
should have,
Polino.
like, you
There's
know.
other birds.
I was gonna take him out. If I'm a coach, I'll take him out and go defensive because I could just look at the team and I'm like, there's nothing going forward.
He came too defensive. I don't know if like he respected Arsenal that much, but I felt like he was too defensive.
Probably wanted to transition.
He would probably wanted to catch us, like he wanted us to have possession
and
and
then he'll catch
play
us.
transition game.
Sometimes a game will make you wouldn't
will be
even know
forced.
what you're doing.
Yeah,
Forced
forced,
to do what
yeah.
you're doing.
That guy-
So-
But even if he was playing transition, who are you gonna play with?
That's the
Richarlison?
thing. That's the thing. Like,
Like
it's
Richarlison, he doesn't have pace.
it's
He-
shocking.
Yeah.
He's not, he's not really.
He's
He's not that fast. He's not a clinical finisher.
not
He's not a dribbler.
It's called a clean goal.
He did. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. So it wasn't like they created a goal.
It's a mistake.
No, it was a beautiful goal. I can't take that away from him. It was a beautiful goal, but it was a mistake. It wasn't like.
That's the goal of the week.
I won't doubt.
I'm not disagreeing.
This is
The way he turned and he didn't even control it, he just looked like
That's
that.
not
I
good.
see Ryan.
You just took it.
Take it.
That's not the goal.
So you would not play that formation.
No, I wouldn't play that formation.
Okay.
I'll go to basic. Like you're playing against Arsenal, and you can see they're like in a okay form. So
Okay.
yeah, and then you are kind of like in a terrible form. So just try and play basic. You know, keep those players that are holding the ball too long. Keep them on the bench. They can come in maybe when you know.
So what formation would you know?
4-2-3, whatever.
Close to 3-1.
Yeah, and then.
And who would be your personnel?
I wouldn't really go to Richarlison because that guy, even if he were to score for Tottenham, if he scores, they'll score there. That's for sure. So we just keep him on the bench for now. But I don't know much about.
He's like one of those players that come in with the
We'll
score.
play with
Yeah.
Colomwani up top.
I mean, I can try Colomani on top of it. He's not convincing enough, but he can at least give something better than Richarlison.
And I think I would have started Sarr as well.
Yes, exactly.
I would have started Sarr as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like I don't know what.
They made some good signing, but it's just I think the coach is kind of overwhelmed because
He made similar signings though.
yeah.
Because I feel like Colomwani and Sir are the same type of player.
Yeah.
Like even Xavi and Kudos, like
Yeah.
they're all the same type of player. Like there's no different dynamics to any of the players that he signed. For example, like Arsenal, like you have Eze and then you have Gickers.
Yeah.
Two completely different type of players. So yeah, it's too similar. What about you? What would you do differently?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go for the 3 defense against Arsenal, a team that is
It only works with Man United.
a team that is highly dominant in terms of attacking,
Yeah.
very confident players up front. So I wouldn't do that. Like I said earlier, Eze can easily beat 2 defenders. So why would you shorten the number of defenders you have at any given time? So it doesn't make sense. I would have done something close to yours, maybe before, just play basic 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, which we translate to 4-2-3, what you're talking about. But yeah, he didn't do it. It felt like he got his game going, but yeah, he shot him.
But you know, just to add on that, like you know you have a player like AZ that you play against, and you can already see everyone is kind of looking for him to create the game. I'll be like a Mourinho type of coach who, you know, when Hazard was there, and then he used to use like Herrera and be like, just stand on it. That's it, and then AZ would have been out of it.
But I disagree. You know why I disagree? Me and Ian were texting during that game.
Yeah.
The movement of Arsenal players this game, it was ridiculous.
Yes.
Like
I was confused.
Rice will drop deep.
Yeah.
Marino comes up. Timber is up. Sometimes Saka is inverted. It was just like free flowing.
He played against high school.
But it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, like, I'm just saying this guy. I'm just saying that even if they try to man mark Eze, they would have been confused because Eze would have went to like some corner and just dragged him and left that space.
No, but
and somebody occupies that
isn't
space.
coming to the game? Was it Eze the man you were supposed to mark?
Yes.
You know, you wouldn't even know. How? Before the game
But
started.
like Eze just happened to be the one in that number 10 position. Anybody that was playing that number 10 position would have been open the top of the box, just based on how the players were moving today. I've never seen Arsenal move this well. And I was telling him, I was like, I think that Gyökeres brings a different type of game for Arsenal compared to Marino. When Marino plays, kind of like Havertz, that's why I miss Havertz. I love Kai Havertz on our team. Although he's not a great finisher, but what he brings free flowing football for us. Like we move the ball around. The only problem is when we get to the final third, he doesn't finish as well as he needs to finish. And then when we play against low block, we used to struggle. But we don't struggle against low block teams anymore. We're like more attacking minded because we have those players that are just freely moving. It's beautiful to watch.
I think the formation allowed that.
Like, let me react to you. were saying something about Eze going to the side. If they were able to get their game right and they were able to push Eze to the side, the game wouldn't have gone like
That's not the point though. Okay, so Eze goes to the side, like he drifts out wide, he just creates space. Another Arsenal player would take that space, like say for example Saka. Now Saka would take that space and now Saka drags his player with him. And then somebody else is free now on this lane. So now you get the ball.
So I'd rather you're playing on the flanks than playing right in front of my.
But the point is, it's a rotational type of
game. Arsenal is very aggressive, like up front. Like it's going to be hard to find a team right now, except they have a bad day. Except they have a bad day, it's going to be difficult to find a team that would not let them play the way they play.
Yes. And I think if Havertz comes back, I think Arsenal is going to be dangerous.
But you can't play all of them at once.
I agree. If they play him, I think they're going to be really dangerous because just think about Havertz of last year, just the way he moves. With this team, not with the team we had last year, with this team and Havertz and this team, the way he moved. Forget about the goal scoring.
So we forget the goal scoring. We just
forget about the goal scoring. I'm talking about like the play. I'm talking about the play.
So we gotta focus on his movement.
Yes.
We know he can score.
He can score, but he's just not clinical at finishing. Havertz scored 20-something goals last year.
Yeah.
Even though
you just agree. What's your Arsenal shirt?
Even
You missed the memo.
It's in the heart. It's in the heart.
So I'm not. This last question is like it's not even worthy of asking. Like, did today's performance shift the balance of power enough London? The power's always been on Arsenal.
Or if you talk about just London, I mean, we have 10 teams.
So like
North London.
North London. Even if we're just talking about London, Arsenal.
London right now, yeah.
Arsenal is the best team in London. I don't care what anybody. Arsenal is the best team in London.
You're wearing Arsenal shirt. We will say that.
Of course.
Yes.
No, for me, I feel the only two solid rivals are in London. I should just be Arsenal Chelsea. They should forget about that Tottenham team.
As a Man U fan, who's the best team in London right now?
I'll say Arsenal. That's like easy.
You will agree. Look at him.
You agree. So which team do you want to make?
Which team is the best team in
Where
London?
is Crystal Palace?
Better than Arsenal?
I was just asking.
This guy,
Where's Crystal Palace?
behind us.
Oh, really?
What
We don't care about
what
their position. I don't even know where they are.
And we beat them already.
What was the score? Just one like you
We still want
Once
to
it was like, push that ball in.
That's Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is in fifth, but they have 20 points.
Yeah.
We have 29. Come on.
You guys are still not far. You haven't made that gap yet. So you just
Listen, 9 points clear of a team
Mm.
approaching December.
Mm.
That's a big gap.
Okay.
That's a big
Last
gap.
was it last season?
Not for Arsenal.
No, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Was it last season?
We are here. We will keep recording.
You guys are not realizing that this is not the same
Just was it
from
like
last year.
before international?
Last year, no depth. 2 years ago, no depth. The years before that, terrible teams.
Yeah.
Terrible Arsenal teams. We're finally where we need to be at.
Mm.
Just watch.
You guys are not mentioning set pieces, right? Set piece.
Against
You guys were
Tottenham.
giving
Against
set piece.
Tottenham.
We score set piece though.
Set piece.
There's no
right?
set piece today. oh.
Set piece.
There's no set piece
That's nice.
today.
A set piece team.
We
Against
score 4,
Tottenham.
right?
Against Tottenham.
Against
I think you guys should play Zemo and Sten.
Did you win against Tottenham?
This is very patient.
Did you win?
Playing that is
If he played the
all
same
the guys
formation.
will be running around the field. You go and meet Saka, you go and meet the other guy.
Yeah.
It's this there. Like this boy.
That's an Arteta problem.
That was
Yeah.
no problem.
I want that game.
But let's talk about Nkapi.
Hmm.
That guy came in and put in a good shit.
Who?
Nkapi.
You know, in capital different.
This guy better.
Who's that boy again? Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? You don't know.
Nkapi, you don't know
I
Nkapi.
don't even know that.
Oh man.
He's a footballer.
Yes.
He's a farmer.
Yeah, he's a farmer. Yeah, he's a farmer.
Where guys
but-
get him from?
Buy him.
Mm.
He came in and he was pretty solid. I was honestly didn't expect that from him because like at the last game I thought he was like he was good but today he was really solid against the high school team.
Did you see what's that guy? I'll keep emphasizing on mascara.
Yeah, he came in and he made a mistake. That back
I'll keep
pass,
emphasizing on
that back pass, but he's a good.
That's
defender.
your weak link, and I know for sure.
Nah,
The mistakes are keep
Nah,
coming.
it would take time. Like the first 3 games when he played, he was really solid. And in that game that you watched, which was against, that's when he started making mistakes. And then I think ever since that game, his confidence is kind of like
So I put him under pressure.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't your voodoo. It wasn't your voodoo.
It wasn't your voodoo. Congolese.
I just watched it. The guy was like shaking.
Yeah, he was shaking that game you watched. He was really shaking. I don't know what
Today he
happened.
came inside,
What
I
game
like,
was that?
hey.
He was giving the ball away. Was it against?
Was it the chance?
They took him out, I think, at halftime.
Was it against City?
Nah, I think it was like another.
I think it was a Champions League game.
Oh,
Oh,
was-
no.
Was it Champions League?
It was like it was in the Premier League.
It was in Premier League.
Yeah.
It was really shaky. Let me see.
Then they took him out like
At halftime. Yeah. I
Halftime.
remember that.
then they had to bring back the guy with
Gabriel.
yeah. So today's one I was like,
No
who's gonna
Gabriel,
start
no
this
problem.
team?
No Martinelli, no problem. No
Against
that,
Tottenham,
no-
you guys are singing
no
like
problem.
this. Who you playing next?
No, but even think about it. We playing Chelsea.
That's
But
the
before that, we
real
played Bayern.
that's the real London derby. It's
I don't know why they don't even
We'll
talk
be
about
here.
those games, Chelsea and Arsenal game, as much as Spurs. Like Spurs shouldn't even be our rival.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Spurs used to be good.
Nah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
the
very-
era
we
was
always
changing,
just
and
go bad
and all that.
You know the
Yeah.
time when German Defoe, the time of
Jermaine
German
Defoe,
Defoe,
yeah.
you have the other guy from
Harry Kane.
No, you have Harry Kane, but there's
Son.
another guy who
I think they had like probably like 1 or 2 good seasons where they were like really
Where they
good.
were,
Like Son and Harry Kane.
there was another number 9. He used to have like a really long hair. Like
Adebayo?
No.
But I know
I think I played for them, but not. I think
Adebayo.
Which long guy? Which guy?
Look,
Yeah, Ukraine or Russia, one of the two. I forgot his name, but he used to kind of come in like he's gonna come second half and he's just gonna make a huge change.
They used to have Gary Bale.
They used to have good players.
Yeah, they used to
That's
have
what
Gary Bale as well.
you know.
But they were like never like they still never really won.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they're
just Arsenal was still fixing.
I'm trying to figure
tires.
this, man. Try and error with Arsenal. We've come a long way,
But
man.
now we are not figuring anything out.
He's still figuring things out.
We are not figuring anything out.
I remember before the international break.
Yeah.
You guys were so sad. Was it because they lost? You guys lost?
No, we tied. We
We
weren't
lost.
sad.
We tied.
We weren't sad.
And then no, because Man City won. Yeah, I remember you tied.
Who was?
Who was
Yeah.
that?
You guys.
You guys was here saying they are catching
I
up.
was
They are
sad. I
catching
told
up.
you, bro. I said it. Arsenal's gonna win the league.
Francis was posting that. Oh, see,
I'm telling you right now. I'm saying it right now. Arsenal's gonna win the league.
We've said this.
I'm confident.
We've said this over.
From
I
January.
keep saying
No,
it.
Ben.
Yeah.
Think about it. You watch the ball game. Look at the
Against
Premier League.
Tottenham.
No, against every other
Every other team is just not.
You've watched Arsenal's ball game, even as a coach. What do you think about
teams are getting
the
one shot.
structure of the
No
team?
shot.
To be honest, against Man United, you guys struggled.
First game of the season.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
Let's move on.
No, I think
First game of the season.
Ben, look at the progression
Yeah.
First game of the season.
from the first game to the game, like the 12th game.
I can't wait
So
till
against
right
not
now.
counting from next week against Chelsea.
Nobody should ask Ben a
You
question.
can't-
Nobody should ask Ben a
Speaking
question.
of international week, should national teams be coached by someone from their own country? Or is it better to hire international coaches?
It's better to hire international coaches. You know why? Most international teams are called this. It's more of it's favoritism. You know, because when you look at a coach coming from a certain club, let's give an example like a coach coming from Manchester United, he becomes an England coach. But if we use that, I'll use an African example.
Yeah.
A coach coming from, let's say, Enigma,
You know.
and he's coaching Nigeria.
Mhm.
He's gonna be more biased
Towards
towards
the Enigma.
the Enigma players than having every other players. You know, he's not gonna kind of judge in a fair way. And I've seen that even in South Africa. The coach who was in Mamelodi Sundowns before, who was in Mamelodi Sundowns, moved to the national team, and all the players were just Mamelodi Sundowns players.
That's the same thing that actually happened when they had the Chan tournament
Yeah.
in Nigeria. So the coach, the assistant coach for the Nigerian team is from Remo Stars, and more than 80-90% of the players were from Remo Stars, and they played terrible.
Exactly.
They lost to Sudan 5-0, something like that. Like, it was that bad. So yes, that bias is always going to be there. People are always going to favor their clubs, and,
Yes.
you know. So that's very important.
So, but that's why you have the FA, right? Most times, for what we know in Africa, a coach doesn't just come and bring players and say, oh, this that. The FA gets involved.
That's true.
FA,
So-
Nigerian FA.
Not even just Nigeria.
Let's give an example
They're not just Nigeria. African countries especially, but it happens everywhere. To be honest, it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't help it sometimes. You know, for example, if I ended up coaching like a college team or something, and then my high school player wants to come up and come play for me, what's the chances of me taking a high school player is going to be really high.
Yes.
You know, like I'm going to play some kind of favoritism because I've coached this kid, I know him. I think he's probably going to do a better job than, he's going to listen to me than a player that I've never coached before. So that's when that bias kicks in. So it's tough. It's tough. And sometimes it's not done intentionally. It's just done because like you feel like you know that player. So
That's why I call lazy coaching. Like you don't go and you don't scout.
Yeah.
So it's for me it's lazy coaching. And that's not the intent of you having a national team, handling a national team. When you handle a national team, you can even go. You can see your player from.
So what? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I think it's a very, very tricky question. So you coming from a coach's point of view, you know a lot about coaching, and I think that as a coach, what do you want? You want results, right? So, for example, the example you gave about if you know a high school and you're coaching college, you rather bring it in. So, if I put a question to you that you've seen, let's say you go to training and you've seen potential in another player, that favoritism might not be there, true? Right?
It might not be there.
Yeah, like you said, there's that element of favoritism because you want result.
Right.
I've seen you take people out just because, like, you still know them. Like, I give you a typical, like, if we.
I wasn't basing that example on me.
Oh,
I was just saying in general. I was just
in
using it
general,
because-
okay.
Yeah, I was just using it because like we
Okay.
coach high school.
Okay, so I think the problem actually is like the people that are above the coach that are pulling those strings. So that could be one problem. The problem could also be the coach probably doing some favoritism and whatnot. So from the point of view of the Ghana Black Stars, we tried foreign coaches for some time. It was working. We made it to the World Cup, almost get to the semi-final, and we decided there was so much noise. Let's try a local coach. So we now tried one, and there was this favoritism thing that you guys mentioned. It didn't work out too good. He had to go. But then now we have another local coach who is doing very, very well.
What team was it?
Who doesn't?
Ghana Black Stars.
Ghana, yeah.
The ball headed.
His name, the ball headed Otoado, yeah. So he's doing very well. So now it's not like I'm favoring this guy, I'm favoring this guy and all that. So I think that coaches should just, it's hard to generalize that you should pick somebody that is in the country, or it could work, but at the end of the day, just look for a coach that is result oriented, won't take pressure from media, because at the end of the day, you can't come to the press and tell them, I played this player because of pressure from the FA.
Right.
You'll be left alone to say, you probably just be saying, I did what was best for the team, nobody can question my tactics and all that, and at the end of the day, you take the blame alone.
So the priority should be hiring the most qualified coach regardless of nationality.
Yeah, because some coaches
That's
are
what they
good
need to
players.
do. Yeah,
they don't
that
care
should be the
about.
priority.
Mhm. Yeah, right.
No, it's, I'll give another example. It's like just when I'll use like the Man United as an example, right? The coach came from Ajax, he wanted only Ajax players. See the biasness in that?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with like international coaches. They come from a local team. Most of the eyes will be on the local team. But then now, like Ian said, just to talk on what Ian said, what can make a difference is if maybe the assistant coaches are from different areas, like different parts of different teams or supports different clubs or whatever. Because if today there's
So then you're saying that all the coaches have to be local then?
yeah, I mean,
If you have an international coach and then you have the head coach as a local coach, still not, because the international coach doesn't really have any play. He doesn't have any control over, and he's an assistant.
no, most of the time what I've seen is usually when an international coach comes in, it comes with like a couple of coaches,
Mhm.
and then they combine them with some local
Coaches, yeah.
to-
That's what's
to
happening.
balance.
Yeah.
But now, if I had to give an example for Congo, we had a local coach as well
Mhm.
before the guy was here,
Yeah.
Ibenge, and he did really well. And then until he started like going back to like he was just playing like basic, trying.
So
to-
you guys' coach right now is a foreign coach?
Yes, now it's a foreign
Right.
coach. So we had to end up go with a foreign coach, but now we do better. So we're gonna meet Nigeria.
So do you think that hiring an international coach will impact the development of local coaching talents? So
Oftentimes what we've seen is the international coaches, I don't really see them going to watch the local games, the local league. They just bank on like the foreign
based players.
and that's why. So what are you talking about development in the national team? Like a year that there's no World Cup, no major tournament, you have friendlies. That's when you bring in like some local boys. Most of these international boys, they don't do it no more. So they just say, oh, you're from Fulham, you're from Arsenal, you're from this, come automatic. That's
So I was mainly speaking on like the development of coaching.
Okay.
But that's a great point as
Yeah.
well that you brought up.
Development of coaching.
Yeah. So touch on both of them.
Oh,
Yeah, touch on both of them. So you just touched on the players, development of players. Also the development of coaching. For example, now Nigerian-based coach, right?
Oh.
Now we're approaching an international coach. How do Nigerian-based coaches develop?
Oh.
If they don't have the experience of coaching at that level, a lot of them are just coaching locally. They never get to that high level.
I think I'll give an example. Samson says, like he went took all these coaching classes, and I would say maybe a lot of the local coaches they don't have the funds to do all of
Pay
those
for it.
things. Yeah, pay for it. But Samson says that did that, took it upon himself. He went, got the qualifications, took Nigeria to the Nations Cup, took Nigeria to the Olympics finals. So it's self-development. Nobody is going to tell you what to do as per getting yourself ready for what you're pushing for. So sometimes you just need to push yourself the extra, because I don't see us having those institutions back home in Nigeria that can give you that qualification that you really want. You want to go outside and you have the fun to go outside, like maybe a country like England or something, to get that training, something like that. I don't see them doing that because they don't have the funds. So it's going to be a tough one. And the system is not such that you come and shadow like the main national team coach, right? It's not like that. I mean, how many people are you going to put under them? You can only put a few, like, so.
So we need to improve our FA now.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it says.
yeah, football in
That's,
Africa.
that's the end story right there. Like the FAs of each individual African countries have to do better.
Yeah, we don't
They
have
have to provide a platform for coaches, even referees, and players. It's been dreadful. It's been terrible. There are no African refs that really represents the continent of Africa at the international stage.
But remember, in the last Nations Cup, they managed the VAR well. At least they gave them kudos for that. In terms of VAR management.
Oh, we have one referee at least.
Would you go by the referee?
Yeah, we have
nice.
a referee there.
Nigeria has none.
We don't need to have.
Ghana has none.
Via
The
No,
refs.
refs.
oh no.
No, Ghana none, Nigeria none. It's something has to change.
I'm not changing anytime soon.
Yeah, no,
But
that's
then,
not so.
if I have to just answer that question, I don't think hiring an international coach should or will impact your development as a coach. It's like a player, because you're playing locally, it doesn't mean that you cannot develop. You watch football, you watch soccer, and it's the same with coaches. You can be there, you watch how the coach is setting up the players, and you can copy something from him. Because like in football, there's always a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's always a learning process. So I can be a coach today, but I see how another coach is setting up. I can learn from that and use it in my system.
Learn from
Before
it,
you know
twist it a little bit.
exactly, and then from there you can also get more experience and get.
So what do you do? What do you do about the licensing?
No,
Development is a little bit different than license.
Yeah, because for them to go to that level that the development is going to be,
so
you have to get all.
There are programs in Africa.
Yeah.
For example, in Nigeria, there are classes that you can take, and they also have like foreign classes will come in, and they teach the classroom, teach the classes for coaches. So they just have to pay for it.
You have
Take
to
it.
pay for it.
So I would disagree a little bit with foreign coaches coming in. Like, if a coach is tried and tested and they are good, the foreign guys have exposure, like, Ateta, Amorim and all that. Other coaches, I can mention only the ones in the big leagues. These guys have their exposure. They know certain secrets that you wouldn't know, like back home, obviously. So, like Francis said, structure, let's structure the FA to where we have coaches, we have things in place that will let these guys learn, take license and all that. Eddie said there are structures in place, you write exam or whatever, but are they writing it just to have a license, or they're just really learning the thing? Because you could say that there could be a coach who doesn't even have a license, but they can coach better than somebody who even has a license. It's just exposure.
Yeah.
Somebody just wants to have, I hold this. Everybody can have a driver's license, but not everybody drives very well on the road. So I think that, yes, not to disagree totally, but I think that it can help. Like, if you don't try it, you wouldn't know. So we can bring in, some resources from outside to come develop it a little bit. Like, okay, teach some of this, have a camp or something, train coaches, train referees, like that you brought up as well. So we can just structure the whole FA. But then again, you need the guys up there to be able to put funds in there. So if the FA is not really properly funded, I learned some of the Nigerian players having been paid or something from.
They
had the
money, they just didn't pay.
Yeah, so it's something that you can't even pay players. Like, and now how do you propose to an FA? Oh, we want to do a coaching this. They won't even remind you, So, but that's some of the things.
But that's to back up what you just said. If an international coach is there, he doesn't know the setup, how corrupt, I'll use the word, the FA might be or can be. They're gonna come in with their plans and just be like, hey, this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to do, and hand it over to you. This is the price. It's not for them to satisfy the coach that they brought in, because if they fail to do that, the coach will walk out. international coaches walk by themselves and be like, okay, you know what, I'm canceling the contract and I'm out. And I mean, I've seen that with Congo coaches, some of the international coaches that come. And then the one that we have currently, our FA is bad, but
It's bad.
really bad. And then he sets up because players had to pay for their own tickets to come and play for international team. You know, they have to pay for, and then they have to sponsor their own jerseys. But when he came in and he's like, hey, this is what I want, this is the setup I want, this is what I want, and I want to develop youth players to come into the team and start playing from a young age. Like from, when you say young age, like 18, 19, like the Noah Sadiki and all this.
And they didn't fire him?
No, they backed him up.
Shoot.
I'm thinking,
Congo was not that bad then.
exactly, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, the local coaches were there, they make those sets up, and then they like, work with what you have. So they're gonna call like those experienced players, hey, you're earning so much money in your club, can you help us pay ticket for some of the players? And some of them will accept and pay ticket. The camp that we went to play, was it in 2015, 16 or somewhere there, the players pay for their own tickets to go and play. But then this one is come and say, you know what, if you don't do this, I'm walking in. The fans saw what he's doing, so now making him up. So
I think these players need to just boycott. Like all of them.
yeah.
And the problem with that is you have some players that do it, and then you have the local players that won't do it.
That's
Because they
another
need
problem.
they need to survive. But they don't realize that they're just messing up the system even more.
Yeah.
If they can just just work as one, and everybody boycott, and there's no football games, there's no way for these guys to steal any money, they will sit tight at some point.
Yeah.
But it takes unity. Like somebody has to stand up and do it, and then everybody has to follow. It can't be half and half. But it sucks, man. It sucks. Speaking of Congo,
Yes.
the Nigerian coach claimed that the Congolese team used voodoo during the penalty shootouts. How do cultural beliefs influence the way players or coaches interpret events during high pressure moments?
You know, one thing is firstly big up to Congo, and like we beat you guys, so that's fine.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're playing that Jamaica or one of the teams, so that's fine.
Whichever team they're going to be.
Like, it doesn't matter which way you make it. I mean, except cheating. But then, if I'm a prayerful person and I'm praying for my team to win, it doesn't mean I'm cheating. You can do the same.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go and use food to make your players miss,
Pray and
counter me. You know, I'm not saying the guy was using, because if you watch the whole video, the guy was praying with his hand up and he was walking around making prayers. Everyone has a way of praying, but at the same time, I feel like the coach was trying to divert pressure
from him. Yeah.
But then if you watch the previous not qualifiers, but I think the CAN, he was the same coach
Against Mali.
when he was coaching Mali, and
Yeah,
he
the
lost
same thing.
against Congo, and he was still on the floor, and the assistant was pouring water on his head and everything. He's such a dramatic guy, so he usually comes up with
I think he thinks he's about to get fired, so he's trying to save his job.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, like voodoo, really?
Oh, man,
In
that's-
2025, like
that's-
you're complaining that the team is using voodoo.
That's crazy. I mean,
But in which way or at what moment will you say, oh, that was voodoo? Was it because you missed the penalty? Nobody couldn't set the last penalty, that's what voodoo? At what moment?
Ridiculous claim.
Yeah.
Ridiculous claim.
even if they plant eggs inside the box, I don't know. That's just a cheap excuse.
So does making such a claim affect reputation of the team? Because this is the second time you're saying that against Congo. So now everybody's gonna be looking at Congo like, oh my God, like, these people are voodoo people. It's, it's gonna give Congo a bad name for no reason. Because obviously we know, like, even if Congo is doing voodoo, like,
I would say that he's affecting the reputation of Nigeria.
but he's not even Nigerian, so we can't.
Of the national team, yeah.
Because he did it when he was playing for Mali, coaching Mali as well.
Yeah.
So he's doing it for himself, not
Yeah.
the team he's coaching.
Yeah.
If it works so well, then Congo would have won the World Cup. How many AFCONs have you won?
But you have to realize, right? This generation is different.
Yeah.
So you're saying that he's affecting Nigeria, but people are going to see it differently.
Yeah.
They're gonna see like Congo.
Yeah.
Cause like people
Congo.
people they don't think.
Yeah.
Let me go back. 1994 Nations Cup semi-final, Nigeria Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Nigeria was shocked. Oh, they planted something in the goalpost. What happened? They still lost. They lost. Nigeria went to the final, won Zambia.
Yeah.
So that thing, I don't. It's just something that you see in the stands where the fans are. They carry all sorts of stuff.
They pray. So would you run to the stand and say that guy is good?
That's the thing. We understand football. We understand how football works.
Yeah.
But then most people just watch it for just entertainment. They just watch it just to watch. So when they hear that comment, they're gonna start creating clickbaits, so that people can see and start making money from it. So
And that, like I said, that gives Congo a bad reputation for no reason.
Yes.
Because obviously they don't deserve that.
They
don't.
play well.
Everybody
They
they
play clean football.
Yeah, they don't deserve it. So they don't deserve that at all.
The better team won.
Exactly. Yes. Went to the World Cup.
You know?
And Nigeria will be watching. Nigeria will be watching.
So should the Football Association investigate such claims or treat them as part of a post-match emotions?
That's it.
It's-
I think it's a waste of
It's
resources.
less of
It
resources.
is.
I'll fine it. I'll fine it. If I was like football association, I'll fine it. Even the Nigerian FA should fine him. Like,
They should.
how could you come out and say such a
That's
thing?
disrespectful
Instead
to
of
the
Congolese
team.
team.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
disrespectful.
they should fine him. Because I mean, it's like in the Premier League, if you come out that you end the game and you come there and make some silly comments, you get fined.
Like outside will be like, they're playing low block.
Yeah.
They like, bro, find a way,
Exactly.
break down low block and get it.
Hey, like Arsenal and Eze, find your own Eze.
Oh, you're giving us a credit now. You didn't know when you did it.
I was waiting.
No, you didn't know when you did it.
You tried.
So there were claims that the Italian national team coach suggests that African teams should have fewer spots at the World Cup.
Gattuso.
Could such a,
Gattuso.
yes. Could such a statement be interpreted as disrespectful or discriminatory?
Both of them, like absolutely both of them. I mean, we always knew he was, like in his playing days, he was an arrogant.
Arrogant.
So very arrogant. So I wasn't surprised when I saw that. I just flipped past, you know. But then let's just pay attention to that comment. If you look at continent-wise, the number of countries that goes to the World Cup, Africa has the second highest. We even have more than Asia. I think Asia has like 8, Africa 9, Europe has like 16. South America is just 6. So Africa is always where they fall back to, like everybody. They just
I don't know why.
It's so disrespectful. They treat our players anyhow in Italy. Like they talk to Osimhen. Like it's been a kind of
Luke
a
Mann is
trend.
going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a comment for me. I don't see it as anything. Then you cannot say FIFA should go and do whatever to him or fine him or that. It's just a comment. They are not going. They're not going.
FIFA could find him.
They could.
If they do, that's fine. But if you didn't qualify, then go and rest. Like it was like, oh no, the way they do it in South America, they play like a league, 16, the top 6. They should like Europe. You have 16 countries going. That's
So,
like more than enough.
That's a good point. Should FIFA fairly distribute the World Cup spots among continents, or should the continents with larger populations register or more registered players receive more spots?
Okay. So
What do you
normally in the country, how do you distribute like senatorial district and all of that? You distribute by population,
Yeah.
right? So if they do that, that would be even a fair judgment, like
Is that Africa?
yeah, they should have Africa. But
They should have
they
Africa.
don't do that.
So-
They don't do that.
So how should they fairly distribute them?
So, like, I mean, I'll
Based
give
on leagues?
kudos to this current president for even increasing the slots,
That's right,
and
yeah.
even he increased it and gave it to other continents. Increased it from Africa from 5 to 9. You can imagine that. That's extra 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give him kudos for that. And who would want to see more. You know, they're not going to drop the European slot. So let's leave it at
I
that.
think it should be even all across the board.
Yeah,
If you're gonna have 10 African teams, you should have 10 European teams, 10 Asian teams,
From anywhere.
and let's just go battle.
So and then you don't come and say, oh, Europe,
Yeah.
they won
Europe
the
is
World
always
Cup.
winning.
Why should
Yeah.
Europe? It's the World Cup. Why should Europe get more?
Uh-huh.
I get it. Like they probably have better leagues in Europe, but it's not a European
No,
league.
but
It's the World Cup.
World Cup.
So if you're gonna say this is the World Cup, we want 10 African teams, 10 European teams, 10 Asian teams. Let's go out there and battle.
Let's go.
If you want to increase it, fine, because you want more teams in there, fine, increase it, but it should be fairly distributed.
But are you saying 10 per continent?
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah, 10 per continent.
But
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean,
Not necessarily- not necessarily- I'm just saying that-
Well, Ghana,
I'll be like,
Australia.
Australia.
Australia is not. They put Australia in Asian continent, right?
Yeah.
So-
No, they just moved. They moved Australia to there, but
Yeah,
New Zealand
yeah.
and the rest.
Yeah, so then you add Australia to the Asian
Move
continent.
them to Asia. and then-
Yeah.
no, but I think that most, like we said, most coaches just look for excuses. Italy, are they qualified already?
No, but yeah, they're going to play off.
They're going for playoffs.
No.
He has to look for an excuse because Italy just won the World Cup.
Mhm.
Was it? back
No,
then?
it wasn't World Cup, it was Euros.
Euros?
Yeah,
No, they won the World Cup back then.
2006.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
2006.
That's a
And
while
then
ago.
they
I forgot
won the
something.
Euros.
No, they
and
didn't
then
win 206.
when
It's been a while.
yeah,
That's
but-
206.
Yeah, but
206 was
Yeah, they won France.
Germany. Oh, they won France.
they won Zinedine
Germany
Zidane.
was. Italy won 206.
The World Cup
was
was-
recent.
Germany was almost
Zidane.
recently, I think 2014 or
Oh,
so.
okay.
He's good.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, but so Italy is still considered as a big team. For it to fail to make the World Cup and they have to go through the qualifiers,
It's embarrassing.
he's gonna have to avoid questions.
Yeah.
And how is he gonna avoid questions? To throw it into Africa.
Yeah, before-
And that's how it is. So most people look for excuses. They try to find an excuse somewhere and just throw it there. You're like, oh no, but then Africa has a lot of sport. And then you're like, no, but then you didn't qualify. That's why you're crying. So I think most coaches just have to be realistic with themselves and just focus on their own job.
You should focus on this playoff.
Exactly. Just focus.
So we're talking about African having 10, Europe having 10. That's not the actual number.
Yeah.
But should FIFA prioritize inclusiveness, or should they focus more on performance? So they're trying to, like every day now, everybody wants to be inclusive. Like everybody has to be inclusive. So should FIFA focus on that?
My one thing you should take into account, FIFA too, they're looking for money.
Yeah,
So this game is a money
It's a
game.
money game.
So whose fans are gonna come watch the game?
That's why they're trying to get Nigeria now. They're trying to get us in there so bad.
How many fans from Africa can travel all the way to US? Visa restriction, this kind of thing. So you have to look at all those things. There are so many things attached to it. But then
So
if it is possible,
if you say that, then you can't focus on performance or inclusiveness.
yeah,
No.
you know that.
You focus on the dollar. So that's what it is at the end of the day. So
I think they should just leave it as it is right now. Like it's a new setup, everyone is getting used to it. Of course, some people will be happy, people will be happy, other people will be happy, others won't be. So it's okay. They just.
I actually think it's a good setup as well.
Yeah, it is a good
Yeah,
setup.
I really
Let's
think it is.
battle it out. Those that qualify, go up there and just, try to make it there. That's it. Because if you stand, oh no, but I didn't make it because of the setup, that's just an excuse.
So could a statement like that reduce like African squads be viewed as biased or unfair? Or should like such claims reinforce stereotypes about African football?
It should be seen as biasness and it should be seen in all the negative way possible. Because as a coach or a former player of that kind of caliber should not come and start making such statements because he knows Europe has been like the most favored in terms of World Cup,
World Cup, yeah.
numbers of teams in a World Cup. They've been like, and then now they just increase like 4 teams in there and then the next thing is still complaining. That's ridiculous.
This is a player that slapped his coach.
Exactly.
So,
He's always been there.
yes, like,
Yes.
I can't even sleep over that. Let it just go. So
Then what is he gonna say if they don't make the World Cup?
Oh man.
Is he gonna say
I can't wait for that one, bro.
they are corrupt or what?
I can't wait for that one.
his analysis says it was disclosed. to qualifying. I think it was like 1 point or so.
Who?
The Italian national team.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a slim.
Just imagine if they didn't make it. Oh,
that's,
jeez.
that's,
Well, like, at this point in time, they shouldn't make it. I'll use my Congo food.
Give him the voodoo.
Yeah.
You think you have food more than Cote d'Ivoire?
Why don't they with me?
Exactly.
This voodoo talking something else. Alright, in conclusion, this discussion reminds us that football is more than just a sport. It is a global language that unites cultures, nations, and communities. Whether we debate the number of qualification spots or the performance of different continents, what truly matters is fairness, growth, and the spirit of competition. African teams have shown passion, resilience, and continuous improvement on the world stage, and all regions contribute sometimes unique to the global game. Rather than limiting opportunities, we should focus on expanding them, supporting every continent to grow, compete, and inspire the next generation of players. Ultimately, a stronger, more inclusive World Cup benefits everyone and celebrates the shared love of football across the world. That's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Let us know. Peace.